Here's the video for line number 4 on the Allegro. And here's usually how I introduce it. I let everybody know that the chords that we're playing, there's hardly any shift in the chords at all. For example, the very beginning chord is an A minor. So first finger on C, second string first fret, the E, which is the fourth string second fret, and the A underneath it, second fret of the third string. A minor. That's the traditional way that we form an A minor chord in pop music and in classical too. So this time it's going to be all these notes. In the beginning we played with our 1 and 2. This time though we have to add another note in there because we're going to be playing it. And so when you first start the measure, the arpeggio, right, that we're used to, the P, I, M, I, A, I, M, I, same one that we've always been using, we'll start on the fourth string. And when you play that note, that's an E, that's what we call an inversion of the A minor chord because the E is the lowest note. And so it's technically called a second inversion of the chord, but it's A minor with an E in the bass. And so I play fourth string. So it's real important that E sustains, so we don't do anything with our left hand. The very next measure just does a low E, so it's still the same chord, A minor with an E in the lowest note, as the lowest note, bass. And then same arpeggio, but this time it's 6-string E bass, and then I, M, I, A, I, M, I. So those two measures, one after another, first measure and second measure of the fourth line, it sounds like this. Okay, pretty simple. Then you lift up your second finger, and that produces the open B comes into the chord. That's an A minor with a sus. We call that a suspended 2. So there's the second note of the scale in A minor. The second note would be B. A, B, 1, 2. There's the B. And so then you lift that finger, and then you play the arpeggio again, starting on the fourth string. Nice sounding chord, and kind of making it sound like it needs some type of resolution, which it does. And the resolution is this chord here, the last chord, E. And that's just your first finger on G sharp. E major requires the G sharp. And then you play 6-string bass and the arpeggio. So no other finger except G sharp. So you have this chord. Measure 3 is the A with the sus2. First finger. Okay, and the arpeggio throughout, same arpeggio, it's just the bass notes are moving, so the thumb has to go to different places, and as a matter of fact, the thumb only moves to these two notes. 4th string bass, 6th string bass, 4th string bass, 6th string bass. That's it. So here's the whole combination of 4 measures on line number 4. I think it's probably the easiest line in the whole Allegro. So I hope that was helpful.